Good morning, lovely people of the internet. Hope everybody's having a good day. August 20th, Tuesday, August 20th, 2024. And we are live in the great big city of Austin, Texas. It is going to be a brutal day out here on the streets. It is going to be exceptionally hot. It is going to be dangerous for people on the street. And a lot of people don't even realize why that is. Why it is that, people are... And here it is. Here's the reason. Methamphetamines. Everybody knows when you're doing meth, you end up not wanting to eat or drink. So you're not consuming food, you're not consuming liquids. The meth already increases your body heat, and the next thing you know, you're having a heat stroke on the street. Good morning, Butterflies 71. So the next thing you know, you're having a heat stroke, and then So if you are out and about today and you do see somebody, if you drive by somebody and it appears that they are in some type of distress, just stop and check on them. You could save their life. It's happened to me twice within the last month where we were able to help somebody that was in some serious distress. So just check on people. I carry, obviously, a shit ton of water in my vehicle, so, and what we do the night before, I will freeze bottles of water. That way I have some ice cold water in here. Maga Mike, good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing really well. Hope you're staying cool. I know you work, I think you work in the trades like I used to before I did this. And I can tell you, I was a telephone man is what I was. I climbed ladders, and I could tell you I had gotten heat sick on more than one occasion doing that job. It's easy to do. And you're heat sick before you even realize you're heat sick. And by the time you're already starting to have symptoms, it's a little too late. The only chance you've got is to cool yourself down. Yes, Butterfly, make sure, tell him constantly, drink. Yesterday, we were out in that one camp for about 2 hours. It was just brutally hot. I had drank 4 bottles of water while we were in that camp, and it still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough in that heat, so water is very important. So right here on the streets this morning, waiting on DC Dave to figure out what he's gonna do. Master Plumber, there you go, sir. It is hot, man. Climbing, I spent my life climbing ladders and climbing telephone poles, and in this heat, a lot of my work was done outside of the city, so out in the middle of absolutely nowhere. No shade. You get out west of here, like my territory started in Junction, which was out west of here, and as you know, out there, it's flat. No, it's not too flat, but it is basically deserty, and it's hotter than hell. So I'll tell you a quick story. There's a little town up northeast of here by San Saba. It's a little town called Richland Springs, Texas. And several years ago, they had a hailstorm out there that destroyed a bunch of stuff. It was a hailstorm where we're talking like 4 inches of hail. And I was the only technician, the only engineer out there working. And they had a small tornado and just a bunch of hail, and I was out trying to hook the town back up to get the internet and get everything back up and going, and I got heat sick out there. And the only place look, if I hadn't have made it to the fire station that day, so they could cool me down, man, I would have been in a lot of trouble. And I was already having like heart palpitations. I was shaky, dizzy, feeling like I was about to pass out. And it was the heat. So, Killer Carla, MAGA Mike, and Butterfly all here this morning. So, anyway, let's see. Yeah, this heat is brutal, man. Especially when the heat indexes get, supposedly the heat index is supposed to be up to around 115 today. So, if you have loved ones out in this heat, check on them. Make sure that they're okay. It takes no time to get too hot. It takes no time. That first lady that I found that was in distress from the heat, she was out of her mind. She was incoherent, in and out of consciousness. And this woman she was laying in the sun. Her back already had water blisters on it from the heat, and she was just laid out in the sun. I started dumping water on her, got 911 called, started dumping water on her, got some ice put in her pits, and it was bad. Stuck northbound Mopac traffic. Y'all stay safe. Yes, sir. I was just on well, you know what? I was just about to get on Mopac, but I'm avoiding it at the moment. I'll continue down here and see what's actually happening. I would like to check out Williamson Creek Greenbelt, but on the east side of 35. Back up behind that gas station where all the camps are. MAGA Mike, Killer Carla, and MAGA Mike. MAGA Mike met me at a camp down here the other day when we thought there might be somebody laying in a tent, and that I can't tell you how awesome that was that he came out to help me that day. That was very awesome of him, and it's not a lot of people had the balls to come out here and do this with me, to go into these camps. It's scary. It can get scary, and you've got to be careful. But MAGA Mike had the Wabbles that day, and he came out and did it. So we're gonna be checking out a camp a little later today. So I took you guys yesterday morning by the Williamson Creek Greenbelt where they had cleaned the camp. What you don't see is on the other side of 35 from there. So on the east side of 35 in Stastny, there is a bunch of camps back up in the weeds, in the bushes, and we're going over there today, Dave and I. Yes, you never ever do that by yourself. Now, on occasion, I will go out by myself, but if I do go out by myself, it's always an area where I know the people and I am comfortable with the people. Like, I have a history with them. And I'm fairly certain they're not going to try to hurt me. But, yeah, never go by yourself. Especially, a lot of people ask me, like, how do I get started? What do I need to do what you're doing? And I tell them, like, it's not smart. Don't. Like, it's bad enough to go trampling off in a homeless camp where you don't belong. It's even worse to go in there with a camera. Like, you got to be careful. And it cost us a lot of money to do this, not only in water and drinks and gas, but I carry packs of cigarettes with me. I always give people stuff just to kind of ease tensions. You know, I'll give packs of cigarettes, I'll give, water and Gatorade, and I always go in with a pack full of stuff just to make sure that I'm not going to, if you're giving somebody something in these camps, they're usually going to be a little more tame with you. gonna lose a little bit of connection going through the valley here under 183. We should be back. I think we're back. Yeah, we're back. But maybe a small donation the other. Maga Mike, I saw that, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I got things so screwed up right now because a lot of people use their credit and debit to make a donation, and I was debanked about a month ago. I was kicked off the platform, and I had money in that account. I just ran a fundraiser, and I had money. They're holding that for 3 months, so I will not get those donations until sometime in September. And the problem is the process, that was my payment processor and bank, and they debanked me just overnight. I got a message from them one morning, and they're like, "Hey, sorry, buddy, you're done." And so now I'm using a service called, I think it's like Coffee, KO-FI. And it's basically the same thing. You don't have to create an account. You just go in. It's basically the same thing as what Stripe is. There's just a few other steps you gotta follow, and it sucks. Stripe was perfect. You open, you went to -atx.com, or is it .net? It's .net /donate, and it would just boom. You put your information in, and it's done. Now there's a few other steps, and it's really hurting. It's really hurting our fundraising. Nope, they are a private business, and they can do business with who they want, and they can not do business with who they want. The reason they're holding the money is because like I said, they are a payment processor, and they're trying to make sure that there's not going to be any chargebacks. So that's what they say anyway. And believe me, I've went round and around and around and around with them, and it doesn't do any good. They're not listening anymore. They've already deactivated my account, so I can't even log in to do anything. But it helps, Maga Mike. Seriously, man. I made a post on X last night about this. I've tried to get remonetized on YouTube again. Look, the only way Dash is going to last into the future is if we can stand on our own. If we're making ad revenue, that is it. That is the only way. And it doesn't seem like we're going to get there, at least until after the election. I've ran Dash for a little over 2 years now. And in the last 4 to 5 months, I've had more trouble running this channel in the last 4 to 5 months because we've been demonetized and deplatformed. I'm basically running this begging people for money, and it makes me fucking sick, man. It makes me sick. It's humiliating. So if we can't get remonetized soon, then we're probably just gonna have to give up. Butterfly, yes, I have an attorney. And I talked to him about it, and he told me that there is really nothing that can be done. When I signed up with the platform with Stripe, I agreed that they could terminate at any point. So, more of that fine print bullshit, the user agreement that you sign that we never actually read. So, there's really nothing I can do. But yeah, Dash does have an attorney. But we can't really use them right now because I can't afford them. It's sad. So, anyway, yeah, it's been tough for the last 4 or 5 months. I'm hoping to pull out of this at some point to where we can keep this going. That's why I'm trying to pivot to do more of in studio type stuff. I know it sounds bad, but I want to do more kind of in studio stuff to make this a little bit cheaper to run, because being out here on the streets every day, it gets awfully expensive. It is not cheap at all. No need to be sorry. That's just that's part of it. John Rich. I don't know if I even told you about this, but John Rich from the band Big and Rich started a bank called Old Glory Bank. Old Glory, after they deplatformed me and I talked about it publicly, Old Glory sent me a message. Hey, well, first they followed me, which I thought was odd because they only follow like 30 people, but they followed me. And then they reached out and they were like, hey, would you consider bringing your business to us? I can promise you, you don't have to worry about being deplatformed and you don't have to worry about any of that. So we are still in the process of moving everything over to Old Glory. I had 2 business accounts. The main one was at Capital One. And so all of my banking is in the process of being moved to Old Glory Bank. Which I thought it was really awesome of them to reach out to me and say, hey, move your channel here. And you're not going to have to worry about being deplatformed. All right, let's see what we're doing here. Let's see. I got to figure out what we're doing. I'll tell you what, we're going to head down south is where we're going to head right now. I got a full tank, almost a full tank of gas, and we're ready to go. Let me get my mic in front of my face here so we can talk. Deactivate, activate. Are we back? All right, we're back. Okay, sorry, I screwed up the video there for a second. Let's see. Good morning, Frank. What's up, sir? There isn't anything in place for the homeless in the summer like there is in winter. Let's see. Payday tomorrow. Man, that's very awesome of you, Frank. Thank you, sir. Honestly, it's the only way that we keep going. Butterfly there. So yes and no. The libraries in the city, a lot of the homeless folks use the library as cooling centers. Now, I am not 100% certain. I know last summer the city did open up some cooling centers. Now, I have not heard, I've seen nothing of them saying that their cooling centers open now. I don't know why there is. I'm not 100% certain. I will find out about that though, but I do not think they have any cooling centers open right now. It kind of blows my mind in this heat. This is going to be the most brutal week of the summer. Well, the most brutal week so far. Good morning, Andrew Robbins. Thanks for stopping in, my dude. Guys, Andrew, who's in the chat right now, Andrew built my website. He maintains it. He hosts it. And he does all of the links, like the donation links. He set all that up. Andrew did everything. The branding, he did everything. And I'll never be able to thank him enough. So, yeah, Andrew is the web guru. It was so surprising. When Andrew messaged me and I met with him, I was in the process. I was trying to build a site, and my dumb ass is trying to build it in like Wix, like these websites in a box. And he built this site, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, holy smokes, man! It blows my mind how somebody like Andrew builds these things. It was a beautiful website. And I don't understand how it kills me. And when he came up with the logo, the branding ideas, he made like several different brandings for Dash to choose from, and they were all very awesome. I think if I remember right, I want to go back and look at them. One of them, let me get under these bridges so I don't lose you guys. One sec. If I remember right, one of them, I think he used the A for Austin and made it look like a tent. And so there was like people sleeping under it. And I thought that was really, really cool. Andrew, trying your best. This guy, so modest. So modest. Frank, I sent you a link to my news blog website and your Twitter. Okay, cool, man. I'll start, if you want me to do some advertising, so to speak, on that, I would be more than happy to help get you some traffic, if that works for you. This morning, my wife and I drove past Joslyn Elementary. There were cops surrounding a homeless woman having a schizophrenic break of some sort. All the kids were white. That is, man, let me tell you. I feel so bad for the families that they have to have their kids attend Joslyn Elementary. Sunrise has no business being across the street from a public school, man. And the residents in that area that use that school, they are so pissed off. It's a powder keg right now, just waiting to go off. When you have time later. Yeah, absolutely, Frank. As soon as I get out of the camps today, I will let you know. I will take a look at it and we'll have a chat. But like I said, I'd be happy to try to get you some traffic. Hang on. You want me to pick you up? 10:30, 11, something like that? Alright, going under bridges. Yikes. I hope we're still connected. Why did I get on this highway? I'm not sure why I did what I did just now. We got to get out from under this bridge, y'all. Let me tell you what's freaky. I'm sitting on a bridge right now, and feeling this bridge hop up and down is freaky. It's freaky. Okay, I got to get out from under this bridge. I don't know why traffic is completely stopped unless there's an accident up here, but I should have never gotten on this highway. I don't know what I was thinking. Butterfly is here. Here, let me make it where you guys... Boom! Now we can see each other. So... so you know what I'm talking about with the bridge when it starts bouncing like that. I'm always afraid the stupid thing's just gonna fall. You ever seen those videos? Like Andrew is from Minnesota, where the bridge up in Minnesota fell, and there was people on the bridge when it happened. It is a big fear of mine. I do not like the thought of the bridges falling. Andrew, I don't know I don't know if you were living up there at the time when that happened or not, but I think it was a bridge on 35, somewhere up in Minnesota, that collapsed. That freaks me out. People are looking at me holding this microphone and talking into it like I'm out of my mind. So, hang on, let's see what's happening in the city. Fire standby and a fire alarm. Yeah, that was the 35 bridge. 35 goes all the way from Texas to Minnesota. It was really sad. Yep, it was the 35 bridge. And I'm going to tell you right now, that freaks me out, man, thinking about being on a bridge like that. I don't remember if many people were killed in that or not, but if I remember right, there was loss of life with that bridge collapse. It's very sad. And then the one that happened in Baltimore, Maryland. Oh wait, Baltimore and Maryland are the same thing. I think this was Maryland, when that bridge fell in Maryland. Or was it Washington, D.C.? May have been Washington, D.C. Anyway, a bridge fell up there, and it killed some people too. There's now a permanent mobile police station in the parking lot of the Whataburger in Barton Springs. I'm going to tell you, it doesn't really surprise me. I have to imagine the harsh Minnesota winters, well, the salt can erode the bridges over time. You know, hang on. So, I had a diesel before I had the Dash Mobile here. I had a diesel, 4-door, 4-wheel drive diesel, and when we were shopping around for the truck, I knew I wanted a Ford diesel, a Power Stroke, and when we were shopping around for that, I would look at trucks that were from up north, and you could always tell the trucks that were from up north because the underside of them were always really, really rusted because of all of the salt that's on the roads up there. So everybody that knew anything about trucks always told me, do not buy a truck from up north because of the rust is horrible. Okay, we're getting off of this. We're not doing this. So I got to get over. We're going to go down airport. That's what we're going to do. Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. You're right. That's it. Oh, you're from Baltimore. That's awesome. I've never been there. I would like to go there. I heard they have some really good seafood. I'm not a huge fan of seafood simply because of the fishy taste. If I can eat seafood, I can eat fish. But if it tastes too fishy, if there's a big fishy flavor, I can't eat it. I can't do it. My mom's in the chat. She knows how bad I am about eating fish. I just can't eat fish. I like crab cakes, but if the crab cakes are fishy, I can't do it. My old job that I had, I spent a lot of time up in Massachusetts. And there is a restaurant in Massachusetts. It's in Boston Harbor, and it's a restaurant called Legal Seafoods. And like I said, it's right on the waterfront in Boston Harbor, and we would go there to eat. And I'm telling you, they have some crab cakes that are absolutely delicious, and the lobster is absolutely delicious. It's not fishy, and it is wonderful. The lobster rolls that I had while I was up there, it's like a chicken salad, but with lobster, is absolutely amazingly good. There's a Maryland food truck in Austin. Is there really? Is it seafood? Is that what it is? But I don't know if you've ever heard of Legal Seafood, but like I said, apparently it's a really popular restaurant up in the Northeast. My husband is the same. I love seafood, not oysters. I can't do seafood much. Normally, I won't even order it. Hang on, my computer is getting hot. Normally, I will not even order it because I'm afraid it's going to come tasting very fishy, so I can't do it. Crab cakes, pit beef sandwiches. That actually sounds really good. Pit beef sandwiches. I gotta remount the microphone. One sec. I gotta go back hands free, guys. All right, so as far as homeless camps up north, I wanted to mention this. I don't know how many folks that are watching are from up north, the north part of Austin, but I know did I tell you guys last week I was going to that old zoo up off Lamar? I went up there. So there is that I think it's like some kind of a temple right up by Yeager, where Yeager Lane butts into Lamar. There's like an old temple or something up there. That's where that zoo was at. It's out behind there, and I could not get in there very easily. There are a lot of homeless folks up in there, I can tell you that right now. But I'm having trouble getting in there. I don't want to get the cops called on me for trespassing. That's my big concern. And going into these places like that, a lot of times, especially if you're sneaking around a church or a temple, they will call the cops on you really easily. I'm trying to figure out what I can talk about and what I can't. I don't want to give this city any reasons to come after me at all. And going out there and trespassing would give them a reason to go after me. So, Butterfly, the Maryland food trucks, 2505 Weberville. Ooh, I'm going to have to try that out. Frank, I will have to try that out. All right. So anyway, my whole point of telling you guys this was we are starting to focus a lot more attention on North Austin. Basically from 183 North, we're focusing a lot of attention. This morning, we're actually going to a camp in South Austin. It's a camp that I have yet to go into because it's dangerous. I was always told by the other homeless folks, don't go in there. It's dangerous. There's a lot of dope. They don't like outsiders. Stay out. But guess what? Fuck them. We're going in this morning. I'm sick of running scared from some of these camps. We're going to go in, and if they don't like it, then they're just not going to like it. Yes, actually, Andrew, yes, we're going to be doing a cleanup. So there's a couple of places that we're looking at right now for another cleanup. The original spot that we did a cleanup is already just completely trashed again. That is one of them that we're looking at doing. All of the ones we're looking at doing is on private property. Riverside and Ben White, we're kind of looking at that area. Again, it's private property. We cannot do public property. We can't do like parks or green belts. The city's just not going to allow that. Or I would have to coordinate with them, and they are not very happy with me, and so they're never going to give me.
Don't mind me asking, what's that on top of
Starlink.
Huh?
Starlink.
Starlink?
Yeah, internet.
Is that like the emergency car rescue people?
Not really. It's Elon Musk at his internet company got all these satellites rolling around. It's just high speed internet, mobile. I do the news here in Austin, so I need internet.
Can I have one of those?
Man, I think $3,000 just for the dish.
You can give me another one.
Blows my mind, man. How expensive. Dude, it's fast internet, but it's pretty expensive, yeah. I mean, that between the equipment, the monthly price, it's like about right at $500 a month for the service.
Wow.
But it's fast, man. Hey, be safe, brother.
You too.
All right, man.
Hey, better you to have the bill than me.
Man, I wished I didn't have the bill. You can have it if you want it. All right. Sorry, guys. It's a homeless guy talking. Everybody wants to know about this dish. I get asked more questions about this dish on top of my car. What I need to do is, because everybody's always looking at it, I need to get what I've been thinking about doing. Andrew, you are an extremely smart fella. I want to ask you a question. So, I don't know, I would like to get a logo I would like to get a logo on. So my logo is square. You can see it down in the corner. Hang on, I'll show it to you. So my logo is square. You can see it right there. I would like to get my logo. I would like to get it put on my dish. So if I put a sticker on my dish, would that kill my connection to the Starlink satellites? There's so many people looking at this dish. I want Dash on it. Because my dish is square, so it would actually be perfect. It's white and it's square. If I just got, the bluish part of my logo printed, I could put it on top of that, but I just don't want to block the signal. Butterfly, don't tell him that. Oh man, it really is a good. A lot of people look at it, so I can imagine if I got my something put on there about Dash, it would. It's probably a good advertising. You're not seeing X chat. The Dash. Okay, so so y'all are not seeing X chat on YouTube. Is X seeing my YouTube chat? That's interesting. I wonder if my bot is down. My bot may be down. Let me look. Let me look at my Restream bot. Let's see. I'm almost certain it wouldn't interfere. You should do it. I think I'm going to. I just don't want to spend the money on. Hey, look, if anybody's watching, yeah, it doesn't look like the Restream bot is running for whatever reason. So if anybody watching, if you work at a printing company, if you work and you make logos and things in like vinyl, hit me up. Hit me up. I'll do some advertising for you for a Dash logo. We're gonna make the Dash dish. You know, we were talking about. I have a person. The person that hooked me up with this Starlink. We were talking about a billboard. We may still do it here pretty soon. A Dash billboard, and it's going to be around Austin. We've been talking about it. You should get a bigger car decal. Andrew, I want to do that too. I've been really thinking about getting a wrap put on here or getting something put on here to advertise. I think it would be beneficial. But at the same time, for my security, I kind of don't want people to know who I am all the time. There's some people out here that's not very happy with me. You know what I mean? And I don't really. It's like you got to weigh the risks. I don't know if letting people know who I am all the time is worth the security risk, because there are definitely some people out here that want to cause me some harm at the moment. And I've got to be careful about it. And also, like in the homeless camps, I'm not 100% certain I want the homeless. I try to keep a low profile in the camps. I don't try to they know who I am. They know about Dash. They know what I do, and they're not happy about it. So I do not advertise at all, ever, when I'm in the camps, who I am or who I'm with. When we go into the camps now, I go in under Nomadic Outreach is who we go in, or when people ask who we are, I always tell them Nomadic Outreach. Be so cool. That is true. That is true. So I don't know. I mean, security wise, I don't think it would be a problem with security. I really don't. I mean, there's some people that threaten me here, but like I said, there's a difference between people threatening on the internet and threatening in real life. I don't know if these people would actually try to do something to me. I'm guessing probably not, but I can see somebody keying my car or flattening my tires when I'm not, if I'm parked somewhere. I can see some of these people doing that. And of course, with the way policing is right now, it's what are they going to do about it? Removable. That is a nut. See, Butterfly, you are right. You're in my mind right now. I've been thinking about that as well. But if I'm going to do something for advertising on the car, I want it to look better. Like I don't, the magnetic signs, I mean, that's cool, but I want it to really look flashy and cool. I want it to look good and professional. So I wish the dash mobile was white. That way I could still use my color scheme. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. Let's see. DC Dave is messaging me. Seventh and 8th grade open house. Let's see, I bet he won't do that again. What? Oh, that's the rubber band guy. Okay. So on my second TikTok account, I have a second account that I'm building. I had a video hit 1.2 million views yesterday. It hit 1.2 million views in 6 hours. That blows my mind. That is a lot of views in 6 hours. 1.2 million views. So anyway, guys, I'm not going to be live much longer this morning. Dave and I have got a lot of work to do today. We've got, like I said, we're going to do these, we're going to go to the camps today. We've got a lot of water to hand out, a lot of Gatorade to hand out. And it's going to be a good day. It's going to be hot, but it is going to be a good day, I'm telling you. Austin Sign Company, Research Boulevard, does magnetic signs. What are the prices on that kind of stuff? Does anybody know, like, what would it cost to get some vinyl signs or even magnetic signs? I wonder what it would cost to get some stuff made, because we are running on a very, very tight budget right now. So I don't know what it would cost to get this stuff made. I'm trying to get Dave back into the camp visits. He is, he had surgery. It was not a minor surgery. The surgery didn't take that long, but it really took him down. Like, he's had a very tough recovery after the surgery. He's still not 100%, but we're getting him there. I've got him back out in the camps. Yesterday was our first official camp visit. And then today is going to be our second. So, well, guys, I'll tell you what. I'm going to be pulling up to Dave here in just a little bit. So I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks for being on. I will be live again a little this afternoon. I want to get at least a couple hours in today. So I don't know what this guy's backing up for here, but okay. So anyway, guys, y'all have a good one today. Andrew, Butterfly, Frank. Who else has been on here this morning? Especially Frank, Andrew, Butterfly, Killer Carla. You guys are awesome. Yep, we're being careful. I'm taking it slow with them. We're not doing too much. But guys, y'all have a good day. And like I said, after our camp visits today, after we get done doing our work, I will pop on for another stream. And we'll see if we can't get into some public safety stuff today.